Hi, welcome to Wilderspace Gaming. Today I'm going to be running the first part of the Blade Runner role-playing game, starter set by Free League. It is a part of their Year Zero series of games, and I am going to assume that Blade Runner needs no particular introduction, as it's two very famous films it's based on. I have given the players a quick rundown on the game system and the setting as it is in the year 2032. And I'm querying that now because someone corrected me just earlier, and I think I've got it wrong again.
2037.
7, sorry. And without further ado, let's quickly introduce the players and who they are playing. Please, can we start with B?
Hi, I'm B. I'm playing Oelsen, Bakker, an enforcer.
Bruce?
I'm Bruce. I'm playing Novak, a older human inspector who's been through a few things, been round the block a few times.
And Andy?
I am playing Percival, who is a Replicant analyst.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. And I'm Chris, and I'm going to be GMing this. So, as we start, your characters are scattered to the four winds, really. There you go. I could have answered my own question. I have a bit of blurb. Los Angeles, May 2037. Toxic rain is pouring over the city where gigantic buildings dwarf ancient skyscrapers. Lights from huge billboards flash along the street and wipe across the crowds of pedestrians in Sector 5, the Little Tokyo district. The White Dragon Noodle Bar is crowded with customers sitting on stools, slurping their foods out of bowls. Veteran Blade Runner William Novak is among them, enjoying a few days' hard-earned rest and reading today's Independent Sentinel newspaper.
Yes.
So, how exactly are you enjoying your time off, apart from attending the...
Yeah, I think given his nature, I mean, obviously just time off to recuperate old bones and aching joints and generally just sort of heal from whatever might have happened. But I think from the mental side, yeah, I might sort of immerse myself in the humanity. So what it has to offer, maybe it might be a noodle bar in the busy streets of the city. It might be taking in an old-time theatre show. Or even an impromptu festival somewhere. Just living a life, if you like.
Getting a few days away from it all.
Yeah.
The Noodle Bar, White Dragon Noodle Bar is a good one. And there's a newspaper here, so you're skimming through that. You should see the newspaper. I've made that available to everyone. Can I confirm, because I was having a bit of trouble with the handouts, just tell you that worked correctly?
Where should that be?
Didn't pop up.
Yeah, it's in the handouts. Yeah.
Right, so if you go to journals on the top right, you'll see handouts, and you should see the Independent Sentinel should be the only one you've got access to at the moment.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Handouts is a separate thing
I configured ownership instead of showing players.
So I've got access to it. Yeah. But didn't pop up. All right. Yeah, I'll probably be slurping my noodles. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's popped up twice now. Yeah, I'll have the newspaper folded up very small and sort of very compact, almost like a sort of journal format, rather than kind of spread out. Something I can easily hold in one hand, noodles in the other.
Great. Okay, you're chilling out and just enjoying the noodles. You're always switched on, however. You can't help noticing a LAPD detective special spinner set down a little bit away from you. It hovers along the street and then settles down.
Continue to eat my noodles carefully in the quiet shadows.
And out steps out of it a slight man. Percival?
Oh, right.
Your orders.
Yes. Sorry.
Do I know Percival?
I would assume so.
You've seen him about.
Still, the more time I can have, so I'll just sort
He's a newbie in one of these new Nexus 9 replicants they brought into the Reptitech unit.
Okay.
I shall stride over to where I've been told that Inspector Novak is eating his. Is it morning? Did you say? Time of day? Is
Evening.
it? Evening.
Evening.
Eating his dinner.
Hold on. Yeah, it's morning. Sorry.
Morning. Eating his
breakfast.
breakfast.
Breakfast noodles.
Breakfast noodles. God, he's probably been up all night drinking. That's what these older people tend to do. And I shall stride over to him and very politely say, Inspector Novak, I have been sent to collect you by Deputy Chief Holden. You are to come immediately for an emergency briefing.
Do I have time to finish my noodles? He says slightly hostilely. Your highly perceptive interpersonal skills will assumingly pick up on this, I'm sure.
Percival turns to the vendor and says, "Please, can you make that those noodles to go?" And then slips him a tip.
He actually looks at Novak.
Go on then.
He slips them into a box, pops a fortune cookie on top of it, and slides it across to you, and gives Percival a slightly hostile look as the two of you walk away to the spinner.
Thank you for your cooperation, citizen. And turn and leave.
Okay.
I assume I'm driving.
Presumably your let's check something. Yeah, just checking. Okay. Half an hour later,
Sorry.
the two of you plus.
If I am driving, I'm being very careful and obeying every single speed limit and safety guide. And if there is an auto fly control sort of option, I'm engaging that at every possibility.
And I'm definitely not sitting in the back. I'll be sitting in the front, eating my noodles and reading my paper and studiously ignoring Percival. Nonchalantly not worried about whatever might be coming. Resigned to whatever might be coming.
Oelsen, meanwhile, you have received instructions that William Novak will be coming to the office by the parking garage hangar with the number ID that isn't his in actual fact. You're instructed to wait there, meet with him, and then proceed directly to, when the two of them arrive, to proceed directly to Deputy Chief Inspector's, Deputy Chief Holden's office as soon as possible. And indeed, slightly longer than you might have expected later. The special spinner pulls into the hangar, and the vehicle is set down in an appropriate place. You see a slightly bad-tempered looking Novak step out with an empty container of noodles, and Percival gets out the other side.
Oh no, I'll leave the container of noodles in the well. I wouldn't want to show the boss that I've been eating on the job, but I'll carry the newspaper out.
Okay.
I shall bring.
I'll flick a spare noodle off my.
I shall bring the empty container. Have a quick wipe of the surface that it was on with a little handkerchief from my pocket, and then deposit it in a trash can.
Cut quiet to yourself. That had turmeric in it. It's going to stain that. Okay, you meet Oelsen.
Am I familiar with either of the other characters?
Or
is it just
take a wild guess that you are familiar, yes, with Novak. Again, you've seen Percival around.
Okay.
I'm not normally allowed out of the. I'm not normally allowed out because I'm very much a investigations back at base. No, I'm an analyst, so take me to a crime scene. So my domains are crime scenes in the office.
I think Novak might have some respect for Oelsen. You know, a human that goes, toe to toe with replicants deserves a healthy amount, or generous amount of respect.
Okay.
So I'll know you and respect you.
Yeah. So she kind of gives you that sort of up nod, and Novak.
Oelsen.
Yeah, the two of you stride off with Percival in your wake.
Yeah.
Holden's
sure he'll
office.
keep up.
Ooh, we've changed.
Deputy Chief Holden, something of a legend within the organisation. He's old guy now. He's when you walk in, the air's heavy with cigarette smoke. He's wheezing as he breathes from synthetic lungs he got. He was shot and nearly killed by a replicant called Leon Kowalski 18 years ago. Sit, he says, fairly
Sit.
curtly. He's been
Yes.
smoking quite heavily.
Yeah. Presumably we've interacted with him, and we know that when he's
Yeah.
in this mood, probably doing what you're told is the best, quickest way to get out.
Sorry to disturb you on your day off, Novak.
Sorry, sir?
It isn't really. We got a situation. Last night, there was a shooting in Sector 1 in a sordid little place called the Snake Pit on Nightclub Row. 2 Nexus 9 Blade Runners were there. Serial numbers LH3-7-93 and SN9-1.48. Codenames Leia and Sandor. Maybe you've seen them around? Anyway, Sandor was shot dead, and Leia now missing. They got no idea where she is. You get some gameplay how that's CMD. He has across a couple of data files to you. Which I'll
I'm
quickly
glad, because there's no way I could write
share.
that fast.
Yes, I was going to say, having
Right.
discussed the fact this is a game of information, I've totally failed. Oh, there's a notepad.
Yeah, I have no notes.
I got to
There you go.
LH3.
You should have the
So Sandor is
Yeah.
dead, and Leia is missing.
Leia, and yes,
Leia.
Leah. Oh, pronouncing it Leia. They went to the Snake Pit to investigate suspected Nexus 8 activity, but we don't know if that's what triggered the shooting. According to local cops at the scene, witnesses said that there were human supremacist jerks at the Snake Pit last night. Maybe that had something to do with it. We just don't know.
Sorry, the what?
Am I talking too
Human
fast?
supremacy.
The human what? Sorry?
Human supremacist jerks.
Human supremacist jerks. Okay, yeah. So, human supremacists are basically they're anti-replicants.
That's correct, yes. They don't like replicants at all.
And what were they doing there, sorry?
Causing trouble, he doesn't know.
But they were investigating them.
Leah and Sandor were investigating suspected Nexus 8 activity.
An employee of the Snake Pit.
What?
An employee of the Snake Pit, or someone who frequented the Snake Pit, or do we not know?
Suspected activity. That's all I've got.
And how are these human supremacists involved, sorry, in this?
They were there.
They were just
Maybe they had something to do with it, maybe they didn't. We don't know. I guess we'll read all about it in that sleazy tabloid Kill tomorrow. You need to figure this out and fast. I've got the brass breathing down my neck on this. As you know, the Nexus 8 replicants, he gives a nod towards Percival, were approved for use on Earth just last year, and mistrust against the reps is running high. If someone out there is killing and kidnapping Nexus 9s, we need to find them and put a stop to it. Fast. And add to that, the Wallace Corporation is pushing us hard on this. Their business depends on this new breed of replicants, and anything that jeopardizes that would be a major blow to their bottom line. They're letting us run this investigation, but they have offered their assistance. Their PR manager, Quell, is expecting you at Wilderspace Corp HQ to tell you more about Lear. Play nice with them. I mean it. You can play this any way you like. Play it up to cover more ground if you need to. I don't care as long as I get results. Fast as possible. You've got the full resources of the Rep Detect unit at your disposal. Sandor's body is being processed down at the crime lab right now. Of course, you can check the LAPD mainframe for personnel files on Sandor and Lear. And any ESPA footage of the Snake Pit last night. Maybe you'll get lucky. I've uploaded to your care all relevant information that we have so far. Any questions?
There's no known address for Sandor. Do we know if Sandor and Leia are an item? Were they at the same address?
I think they were working, weren't they?
They were partners in the working together sense,
Mm.
Okay.
not in a relationship.
No, but what Oelsen's saying is we don't have a living address for Sandor on file.
Take a look on that. Take a look at their personnel files. They'll probably tell
No,
up
that's fine.
their
That's fine.
addresses.
No questions, sir. We'll
Um,
get right on it.
it will be their addresses should be on file. It is a requirement for all replicants to register their addresses, particularly members of the Blade Runner unit.
That's what I thought.
Um, so yeah,
We've
so
got
the
several
fact that
places on
Sandals
this
is
list.
missing is odd. I get you. Yeah, that's very odd.
Sandal's
Right.
dead. Lear's missing.
No, but his Sandal
No, his address is missing
his address is missing from that handout.
from the
It's
data,
It's just
which may or may not be important.
an oddity.
No, it's an oddity that has been spotted.
So, Percival,
Right. Sandal
maybe-
had a Sandal was resident in the new recruits accommodation at the base of the building. That's why his address isn't on file.
Okay,
You
that makes
did.
sense. Right. Inspector Novak, you are the
You
senior.
still here?
We
Maybe
leave.
we should continue this discussion out in the corridor.
yeah, we will turn and leave.
Good hunting.
We will stride purposefully from the room.
I open a window slightly just before I leave. As a hint.
That's probably a bad thing. It's probably bad out there.
Yeah, that
Oh,
probably
is it?
that probably makes
I
the
don't
atmosphere
open a
worse.
window.
That might make the atmosphere worse. God, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's true. It's probably clearer in here. Yeah.
Inspector Novak, unless you have any other requirements for me, I would like to proceed to the snake pit and conduct a thorough investigation of the crime scene. And then I would like to return to base and understand the autopsy on Sandor, as well as accessing the ESPA cameras.
Yeah, I think actually, if you can dig into the autopsy and any background information, any of the video cameras, that would be good. I think maybe the snake pit needs a different touch. I think,
I am a specialist in crime scene investigation.
yeah, but it's likely to be quite a lively crime scene.
I'm sure you're able to control the crime scene.
Well, I think we probably need to split up at this point. The Wallace Corporation is going to be expecting one of us. That probably should be me. Oelsen, maybe the snake pit is something for you. I have a feeling you might encounter a little bit of resistance.
Well, depending on exactly what it is that we need to do, perhaps me and Percival can both go to the snake pit and then go on to the autopsy.
So my understanding is that there's you do one thing per shift. So
Yeah.
pick the one thing that you want to do.
Ah,
We could either
gotcha.
split up and do it,
So-
or
Understand.
So that's why I was kind of
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
about splitting up. Chris, I mean, if you can correct me if you're wrong.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And to
Question.
clarify for anyone who watches this, I was explaining before we started that the way this game is structured is in 4 shifts per day, and each character can kind of do one location per shift. So when Percival said that he was going to go to the snake pit and then come back to do, I assumed he was talking about 2 shifts there.
I am to 2 shifts, but
Yeah.
with the
Yeah, but let's do it a shift at a time and figure
Yeah,
out
of course.
Okay.
the next strategy.
with the camera, the stuff footage from the camera, that can't be set to a Kia, can it?
Yes. Which cameras? Sorry, the ESPA cameras, or
The ESPA cameras.
it's likely that the different buildings may have their own security cameras. ESPA cameras you can access from your Kia. Yes.
Okay. I would like to. I personally would like to start with the snake pit. If that is okay.
Okay. Percival wants to do that.
I I think that you'd be best suited with the morgue, but we'll do it one step at a time.
I think
Percival's probably experienced that enough and knowledgeable enough to know that if Boyd's only just come in, Coco hasn't probably finished yet.
Okay. Is Coco? Is Coco like the
Coco's
lead?
the lead
Mortician.
coroner, was it?
Okay.
Coroner.
All right.
We'll go to Snake Pit.
You two go to Snake Pit. I'll go and see Quell.
Okay.
Stay in
Right.
touch.
Yep.
You have your KIAs. Again, for people watching, KIA stands for Knowledge Integration Access. It's a sort of universal communication device that the three characters are carrying, so that they can talk to each other even when they're not in the same location. That's what they're referring to there. And so, what do you want to do first? We do the Snake Pit first?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. You can each give me a connections check. First dice roll.
And there's no advantage or disadvantage options in this.
Not in this one. Not for this roll. This is me finding out if you what you know about the Snake Pit before you arrive.
So it's not telling
Just
me. So I just click accept that, right? Okay. So I got 0, but I can't see what Oelsen got.
If you click on, can you not?
Oh yeah. Oh yes, I
Oelsen-
can. Yes, I can. Sorry, you need to click on it. It's not over. So you got one. Oelsen got 1 success. Yeah. Okay. And I got none.
Okay. Oelsen, you've heard of it. It's famous for its strong drinks, 5-star entertainment, and sordid history. Quite famously, back in 2019, one of their performers was retired on the street. So it has a history with Blade Runners.
Gotcha.
You taking one spinner or two?
1, I would
Well, that's
say.
really important. I'm just trying to get a picture of how you're. Okay, you take a
One.
spinner out there. When you arrive at Nightclub Row, which you should be able to see on the map, it's
I don't think we're
yeah,
on.
it's,
Sorry. To get to the map,
It's all
do we?
dark.
you should have LA Central in front of you.
It is completely dark.
Ah, really?
It says
Okay,
investigation paused.
right.
Yeah.
It's that.
Do we need to click on it?
No, you don't. It's.
We just need tokens, maybe.
If anyone from Free League watches this, one of the things that you do is your maps and things like that, you set the scenes so that the characters need to have a token on them, even when they are scenes that shouldn't require a character to have a token on it. So, because the characters haven't got tokens on this scene, they players can't see anything at the moment. So let me just configure. Where is it? Core rules, maybe. Central Angeles. So I even showed you a picture of bloody Holden's office just a minute ago. I bet you didn't see that, did you?
Yeah. No.
No.
No, we saw that.
All
Which is
right.
No, I
weird.
didn't. There's not enough screen
Right.
real estate to see everything. To be fair.
Can you now see something?
Yep.
In the
Yeah.
Yeah,
background.
the map.
Yay,
Los
okay, that
Angeles
map
map.
should have been visible all the time. This is
it
a
was to
map
start
of.
with. It was to start
It
with.
was in the beginning, yeah. I'm not sure what's happened
I
in
don't know what
between.
happened there. Curious enough. Anyway,
And we're
this
going
is
to
a map
sector
of
1.
that's right, and there's Nightclub Row there somewhere, and the Snake Pit,
There's a
infamous
place called
Snake
Piss
Pit.
Alley. Sorry, just had to point it out.
Bizarrely
Carry on.
enough, Piss Alley is actually noted for its excellent restaurants. The name Piss Alley
Oh,
is historical.
no. So we're in
Did you say
Sector
Kill
1, was that?
Magazine earlier on?
Yes,
There's a location not
there
far
is.
away called
There is.
Kill there.
yeah, that'll be skills officers.
Okay. Right. We shall go to the Snake Pit. Oh, it's gone dark again.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh,
I've
loading.
just
Loading.
Oh, right, the Snake Pit.
Don't panic.
No, this is one you shouldn't be able to see. I bet you
Should or
can.
shouldn't?
Mudboard.
Shouldn't.
Oh,
Yeah, we can see it.
That's fine.
we can see it.
Doesn't matter. Okay, so arriving at the snake pit, you see a building is so it's dark and it's raining. The sea of umbrellas outside it as people are staring at, looking at it. It's obviously the talk is what's going on. The doors are firmly closed, unusual, but there's a police line of police tape and a uniformed across the front of it, and a uniformed officer standing out the front of it. There's a crowd of gawkers looking, and they look at you as you land your spinner.
And sorry, Holden said the shooting was last night, didn't he?
Yes.
Okay. Park up and get out. Just stride with confidence, flashing a badge.
I shall walk half a step behind, sort of but to the side, but just fractionally behind. So I'm
Okay.
letting Oelsen take the lead.
Oelsen.
Okay. Oelsen's got more physical presence where it is. You stride through, people naturally get out of your way, and they give the uniform on the door gives you a polite nod and opens the door for you as you pass in. Can you both give me an observation check, please?
Yes. Oh, that's not good. I got a unicorn.
I got 2 successes.
Okay. You, as you're walking in, you turn around and catch a look at the crowd around. You notice there's quite a few people that, loads of people. It's just sort of talk of interest. You notice there's a guy. He's frankly stands a whole head higher than anybody else, towering above everybody else, with almost albino hair, watching you quite closely as you go in. Everyone's paying attention to you, but he's watching you with fairly intently.
Is he outside or inside?
Outside, part of the crowd of gawkers outside.
Oh,
Right. Before I go in, how many police vehicles are there here?
One.
Okay. And
Scene's been secured already.
yeah, that's fine. And is that because the police vehicles have got cameras on and our vehicles got cameras on?
Yeah, I would guess.
Have any? Actually, no. Sorry, possibly not on the Blade Runner ones, but on the police ones, I think it's got overt cameras. Is the camera by any chance filming this person with the blonde hair?
50-50. Yes. It is pointing in the right direction.
Okay.
However, a quick glance around quickly reveals that there are also CCTV cameras point over the entrance as well that should have caught everyone in the crowd.
Okay. As we're going past the officer, though, I'll go back to the officer and say, please, can you arrange for the last 30 minutes of footage of your vehicle's camera to be sent to me as soon as possible, please?
So he takes your number and speaks into his own comms device. He hasn't got something quite as sophisticated as what you have, but I'll be there.
Thanks so much for your help.
Okay.
And then I'll also make CCTV footage around as well. But yeah, I'll go in the bar now, though.
Okay, when you walk in, it's a large Baroque-style room with a hardwood bar running the entire length of one side, a stage at the opposite end, done up very much in a retro style, reflecting some almost like the 1950s. Quite a contrast to the stark stone buildings, stark concrete buildings outside. It's dirty. It smells strongly of cigarettes and beer, and rubbish GMs managed to close the wrong thing again. Let's see. Just make sure I got the right thing. Got map C. N. Just always worry that I'm not showing you the right one. Giving you observer rights, and there is a picture of the interior. I hope. Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
There's a
As you're
7 years
starting
back.
to take it in, a guy comes striding across to you. Let's see, I've got a picture of him. Sorry about all the pauses. I've got quite a lot to give you.
Yeah, it's all good.
That guy comes striding across to you and says, good morning, good morning. I'm glad to see you. I hope you're here to finally close this thing up so I can get started again.
It would be a lot
It'll
simpler
take
to.
us. There you go.
It'd be a lot simpler for us to close it up if you weren't walking around in the middle of a crime scene.
I'm away from all the bits they've taped off. This is my place anyway. I've got to get it open again as soon as possible.
Please, can I have your fingerprints to eliminate them from any inquiries?
Yeah, no problem.
We'll need to have a look at the CCTV footage from last night.
Okay.
Plus
right.
any security staff that were present, if they've made statements already, or if they're present, we could talk to them.
There's me. He says. There's he gives a name. Guy behind the bar. No, it's just him and Iris. Everyone else is gone. He can give you the name of a security guard if you want. Dancer. She's in the dressing room out back.
What is your name, please?
Lewis.
You're Lewis.
Taffy Lewis.
Taffy Lewis.
Oh no.
I sort of briefly look around at the area. That's, I know we've got the picture of it and everything. Just to get an idea about.
Make sure you're aware the crime scene photos that are provided, have obvious things. You might want to just have a quick look and see if there's anything you particularly want to investigate.
Gotcha. Where's that picture gone then?
So, Mr.
The picture's taken from behind the bar.
Okay. Mr. Lewis, please can you explain what happened here in your own words?
Let's see. Last night, it was last night. It was late on. Things were going quite well. Iris was out doing her routine, and that's popular show. Anyway, Iris has let on that she's an N9. She's a Nexus 9 replicant, and word's gone about, and a whole bunch of those jerks from Human Empathy, the human supremacist organization, they came in ones and twos, and then a whole mob of them started trying to rush the stage. A couple of guys came out to try and protect her, and a fight broke out. What can I say? And then things got out of hand because the guy got shot. And is it true it was a Blade Runner who got shot?
We can't confirm anything until investigations have completed.
He gives you a suspicious look. I mean, look, things get rowdy. It happens.
Did you know the man who was shot?
I've seen him in here a few times. He's seen him in here a few times. That's all he really gives.
Does it look like what does it look like from the scene? What kind of weapons have been used? Is it just firearms and obviously bar stools?
Looks like it's mostly bar stools, and it looks like a classic brawl, really. The large pool of blood, however, shows where something worse happened, and the broken mirror.
Yeah, I'm assuming that someone shot it from this angle. So more towards if I go to the map, more towards this side, it would have been the shooter from. What is this room here? Like, if I ask Lewis,
That's a private
is
booth.
it all? These are private booths.
Yeah, because the mirror would
Who
be
would-
here, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yes,
Let me
that's
just-
what I was thinking from the.
Yeah.
Yes, on
Yeah,
the left there.
okay. I like your thinking. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and there's a blood splatter there, so it says that a shot has come from here. So I'm wondering whether who was in the private booth last night.
Couple of customers.
How did they pay?
Honestly. Is this relevant? Hold on. He walks across to his to the bar, takes a look at the register, and after a while he said, "Standard 10 yen transaction."
So please, can you give us the details of their account?
I'm not sure I can do that, he says. I can give you their names.
Why can't you give us their account
Details of their account. Well, their bank account. No, he can't do that.
as part of a police
Her name's
investigation?
was.
You'll need a warrant
I
for that,
believe.
he says.
Yeah, I believe we'll need
Okay.
a warrant for any further. Their names will suffice for now.
What are their names, please?
Maybe that who's malfunctioned.
Sorry?
What were the names,
He
please?
malfunctioned.
What are the names,
Their
please?
names. Cranston and Jefford.
Do you?
And they had another guy with them and a girl, and I didn't get their names.
Cranston and what was it?
Jeffords.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. Jeffords.
Jeffords. Jeffords.
Do you recognise anyone from the humanity empathy group? Are they regulars?
He said, no, they're not regulars. We try not to encourage that crowd around here. I mean, obviously, replicant dancers.
How
But I did
how
see
did you
Gel.
recognise them
What?
as these humanity supremacists? Then were they?
Because they were screaming about skin jobs, throwing stuff at IRS, chanting all the usual slogans. You know, yeah, don't like talking about it much. Anyway, I recognised Gel Shayla.
Jow Shayla.
Gel Shayla, sorry. JELLESCHYLAR.
And that's a human supremacist.
Well, I don't think he'd say so, but he's publisher of Kill magazine, so I'd say so.
And is Kill magazine anti-replicants?
Oh yeah, you've seen it.
Okay.
What?
Snake Pit.
I looked at Percival. Do you need to do anything particularly in this room? I think we should go speak to Iris.
Well, yeah, I think that makes sense. You speak to Iris. I should do a detailed investigation here.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay, not too much to
I'll-
find from the main ballroom, Andy.
Well, I wanted to
Right,
look
Percival.
and see if I want to take a blood sample from what's on the floor.
Okay.
Yep. Just I'm assuming it could be Sandal's blood, but I want to just confirm it.
Yep.
I'm going to look. I want to examine the mirror to see if I can figure out what broke it. Is it more than one shot was fired, and there's might be a bullet in it or something like that smashed it. And
Okay. Right.
and lastly, I just want to search around and see if there's any other blood samples from other combatants that I can potentially take them to potentially if their blood samples are on file somewhere. And also general search around for anything else of interest.
Okay. Clear signs of the brawl being what it was, apart from the shot. You take a sample of the blood, and that's in a vial now, and you've in a sample tube. Sorry, that was a bit Dungeons and Dragons in a vial, wasn't it? In a sample tube, and checking out the mirror, you can see it was clearly broken by a single gunshot. You can see the bullet hole. Quick probe. The bullet does still seem to be in there. Yes.
I shall remove that.
Okay. That comes out and goes into an evidence bag. It's a single large caliber round.
Any other blood samples? And can I just do a sort of investigation search of the room to see if I can find anything else of interest?
Check if there's anything else of interest for you to find. Those are the main things I think that you get there. Crime scene, mirror. Only detail you find. Some blood samples. There's some broken bottles. Some of them have got some blood on them, but nothing that you wouldn't expect from a place like this, frankly. The only thing you find is something you don't find. You don't find a bullet casing.
Well, I need to. When I go and check on the autopsy, I have to figure out if the bullet went through Sandor or not, because is the mirror indicate that 2 shots were fired or was it 1? But that's something to figure out later. Okay.
Okay. Right.
Just...
Okay. Moving on. Oelsen.
I head off to where Lewis indicated Iris was, just behind
Okay.
the.
You go into.
I'm assuming this room.
No, this
I
room.
believe. Is that right?
Oh no.
Oh, is it? Sorry.
No, it'd be one of these.
I'll go wherever he tells me.
It'd be one of these.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
That's one.
I get there then.
Okay. You go and find the door with Iris's name on it.
I'll take a second just to listen, just to see if there's this is like there's somebody in there like talking or anything like that. If I don't hear anything, I'll knock gently.
Who is it?
Got my own name. Am I an investigator, or is it just? Is there a title to this, or is it just
Officer.
Officer.
officer? There you go. Officer Bakker from the place we're from. What is it?
LAPD.
LAPD.
Okay.
I need to talk to you about the events last night.
She opens up the door, and if Holden's office was bad, she's really bad. She has quite plainly been chain smoking all night. She looks absolutely exhausted. She's holding a cigarette. She's red-eyed and looks really stressed.
Hi. I'm Officer Bakker. Can we have a chat?
What can I do for you?
You want me to stand at the door and chat, or perhaps should
Come
we
in,
have a
come
speak?
in. She goes into the room, offers you a cigarette,
I'll look. No thanks.
offers you a glass with something suspicious, clear liquid in it.
I
The
take
bottle.
it and sniff it.
Yeah, strong alcohol, vodka,
Yeah. I put it
some
conveniently
analog thereof.
next to me. I do
Of
not drink
course.
from it.
LAPD, you're on duty. Sorry, I shouldn't have.
Of course. Understandably, you must be a bit shaken. Can
Yeah.
you tell me from your own words what you saw happen last night?
Well, it's kind of crazy. It's a dumb job, dancing on this stage. My co-star doesn't seem to mind so much. She indicates a tank with a snake in it. But I just get out there and try and entertain the crowd. I expect catcalls, and that's why you're there, right? But Yeah, not last night. Not last night. The crowd got real nasty. Real nasty. I kind of told everyone in the place that that works here, the barman Eddie and the rest. I's a replicant. I'm one of the next 9, so I'm allowed here. Kind of silly. I'm only a year old, right? And yet I'm dancing in this place. Anyway, so I'm up there doing that, and suddenly I got these guys jeering at me and shouting all kinds of things I don't want to repeat. Skin job and worst. Replicant, telling me to get the hell off their planet, telling me to die, threatening to kill me. And they rushed the stage, and a few guys intervened, and I don't know, got kind of crazy, you know. And I remember there was a guy with fair hair, tall guy, big guy. I've seen him here quite often. He came rushing in. He tried to help, you know, and then there was a shot, and the whole crowd kind of, everyone ran for it. Everyone just went, and there's a guy down on the floor. The moment the shot went off, I was off. Not worth staying up here while people are shooting, right? It was a bang, a real loud bang, really loud.
Just one.
Just one, yeah. You don't forget it. It was loud.
Yeah, I imagine it's not something that you experience every day. You're up placed on a quite good advantage up on that stage. When you saw things kicking off, and you say it started, they were calling out to you, and then some people
Yeah,
intervened on your
yeah,
behalf.
yeah.
Do you
Few of the
recognise the
regulars.
people that
Yeah, like I
were the
say, it was a
regulars?
tall guy, blonde hair. I've seen him around. He's nice to us.
Okay. Any others? Was it just this man?
A couple of guys I've seen around regularly, but I don't know.
Do
Give
you
me an
know who
insight
was
check.
shot?
Insight check, please.
Yeah. I wish I played that other character now. Let's
It's going to be
go.
quite interesting playing this scenario without Fenner, I must say.
Yeah. Terrible idea. Terrible. I don't know what that is. Oh, I got.
That's
Is that one
nothing.
success?
You
You
need
think
to you need to
she's
you
holding
need to
back?
start a fight. You need to start a fight. That's the quickest way to solve this.
Yeah, yeah. I'll punch her in the face. No, I'm joking.
Kind of holding back.
She's holding back on. Do I know what part? Is it the who intervened part, or would I even know? Actually, I might be asking something that I shouldn't. That the successes aren't granting me.
No, but you get she's holding back, so you can press her a bit if you like.
Yeah. I'll take a route of sort of like trying to make her feel a little bit more comfortable and safe. I take the drink that she offered me, and I kind of hand it to her as a sort of like, here you go, calm your
Yeah.
nerves. This is a hard story to tell. A sympathetic look.
Okay.
And I go, any information that you have can help us and potentially help us
The guy who
with
the tall guy, I do know who the tall guy is. The blonde haired guy. His name's Styles. He's a good guy.
styles.
He helps us out, you know.
He's,
I've seen him around.
You say he helps you out. Do you mean the club or yourself or the other girls?
N9s.
Specifically Edna's.
Yeah. Well, it's a
Uh,
new world, isn't it? There are a few of us
of
out
course, you've
around
got to
here
stick
now.
together.
No, he's not one of us.
He's not one of you. He's
Well,
a
not as
human.
far as I know. Human, yeah.
Hmm. Well, it's good to know that you've got people on your side. Do I have a picture of the two people that
Right.
we
You
have
have
in?
Kia units, therefore you can be assumed to have
Yeah,
pictures of anybody that you've discussed or anything like that in this.
cool. So I think I bring up the picture of the of Leah. Just the picture, no other information. And I say, was this one of the people that was intervening last night on your behalf?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. They've been in. They're in last night. They seem to be watching the crowd mostly rather than me. Could well be offended. Yeah, when things kicked off, yeah, they came into the crowd.
So
Got
you don't
involved, helped out.
you're not familiar with her. You're not friendly with her. You just know her face from last night and maybe from the bar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen her. Don't know her name or anything, but she's quite a regular.
Mm. It seems she disappeared after last night, and we're hoping we can find her. And then I pull up the one of Sandor, and I say,
Yeah, that's right.
and this
He was
gentleman.
with her last night. A lot of nights she's here. She's here and he isn't though.
She's here. He isn't. Okay.
She knows Styles.
Do I get this man? No Styles. And I hold up Sandor.
No, Leah.
And it's-
She points to Leah's
Leah.
picture and says she knows Styles. I've seen them talking before.
That's brilliant. That's very useful information. Thank you very much.
Can I go
Do
now?
I feel like it's yeah? Do I feel like there's any other information that she is holding back on,
No, you
or
that you feel about right. You got one success there, so you feel that you've got everything there.
my name is obviously Bakker. If you have anything else you wish to add to what you remember from last night, please get in contact.
Okay,
But
she
other than that,
takes your details and puts them on her dressing table. Can I go now? I've been waiting for you all night.
yeah, I don't think there's anything further we need to. Just don't leave the sea. Look after yourself.
As if I would. Smiles and gently ushers you out.
I will head back to Percival.
Okay. Percival, are you happy now? Right, now, but remember, you got your key units. Everyone can hear, even Bruce, even you're not actually there. You can pitch in with suggestions or ideas. You can be involved in these scenes just because you're not, even if you're not there, because you've got the key units. You're hearing everything. You can see stuff.
Oh, sorry. It's something you said earlier, I think, sort of keyed me into thinking that, we couldn't interact with each other in the scenes because we couldn't share information during the scenes, that I assumed that we weren't.
You can do that. You just can't change your decision making based on what you're hearing here.
Gotcha.
Sorry,
Okay. Yeah, no, my mistake. Sorry. Okay.
right.
So
I'd like to deal with Bruce so that we get to do something at least before we finish.
all I was to say was I shall just say, just to be clear, I saw a tall, white-haired, blonde-haired man outside watching, and I'm gonna check the police car footage for a image of him, which we can hopefully then match to this Styles person.
Okay. You check the footage, which has arrived very promptly, arrived within half an hour. So you've got it, and yeah, you can get an adequate picture of him.
Okay, and I shall then try and cross-reference that picture and the name Styles, but I think I need to do that back at the base. Do I need to do that at headquarters to cross-reference criminal records and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'll need to do a bit of looking up if you're going to do that. But okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I won't do that yet. Then I'll do that. I will do that. I think I'd need to be back at base to do that. So
I think we've gathered all the information we need. Yeah, we need to
move to Bruce and the awkward conversations with Wallace Corp.
Okay.
do it.
Okay.
This is a job interview when I retire for security. Shouldn't be awkward at all.
Are you taking your CV?
Yeah, just accidentally drop it.
Oh,
I'm afraid
sorry.
there isn't a fancy picture for Wallace's office. I'm sure there should be. There is a picture, but only I get to see it. Sorry about that. Right. You take your spinner out and over the city and head out of town a little bit to the Wilderspace headquarters. Now, as has been mentioned already, this city, it's morning, but clouds are heavy and low. They're always heavy and low. Ever since the climate got broken, Los Angeles has just got clouds and heavy rain coming in from the Pacific, seemingly all the time. And the old skyscrapers are pretty tall. In their day, they're quite impressive, but they're dwarfed by the archaeology blocks that have been built more recently, and they are dwarfed by the Wallace Court building, which is the biggest of them all. It's huge, dominates the centre of the city skyline. As you fly in towards it, as you get within distance of it, the computer at the Wallace Court detects you, and a quick radio exchange, and you're allocated a bay in the parking lot. A large door in the side of the building slides open.
I will park.
Okay.
Careful not
Into
to
the
break
cavernous
paintwork.
space that is the building. Sparse. Not that many cars in here, or spinners. It's certainly got room for a lot more than are present right now. Excuse me.
Is that because of the time of day, or the misfortunes of the Wallace Corporation, or?
You're not sure.
Okay.
Wallace Corporation, as far as you know, is going really well.
Okay.
Huge internal garage. Out to the back, the lift takes you down to another cavernous and eerily empty interior, casting a pale golden light and shadows of water somehow. There's a front desk where there's a man standing in a sort of black uniform, sort of smart black, almost butler-like uniform. He has absolutely no hair. He watches you as you come out of the elevator.
As he's the only person that I could approach, I will.
Good morning, sir. How can I help you?
Inspector Novak to see Mr. Quell. I have an appointment.
Miss Quell.
Miss Quell.
Do I understand you're with the Replicant Detection Unit? You are expected.
Yes.
Very good. Can I see some ID?
I'll show my ID.
Thank you. Please follow me. He leads you across into the elevators, presses a series of buttons. A short while later, shows you into a large office. It's a large office too. Impressive. A lovely view out over the city.
Did I get a floor number? Like, just thinking in terms of impressive height, in terms of the building. Was it suitably high up in the building to suggest somebody important?
62. Not quite as high as you might have expected.
Okay. She'll wait patiently.
She appears very swiftly. Hold on, let me just do this. And I don't know if people see practically every NPC in this has got a mugshot that I give to the players. So
okay. Quite young.
Good morning. She steps around the desk and looks you up and down, sizes you up a little bit. Keeps a very cold face as he approaches you. Gives little enough away. Eyes aren't moving very much as she walks across towards you. My name's Quell.
Good morning.
I'm VP responsible for public relations.
Indeed.
I understand you've been assigned to the Lear disappearance.
I have. I understand you wish to talk to us.
Yes, this case is critical to Wallace Corp's success. We consider it essential that one of our N9s is not allowed to go missing, and anyone who attempts to make that so is dealt with swiftly. So we're rather depending on you. We're leaving it to the Replicant Detect Unit. This is your specialty after all, finding replicants. This situation, however, it's likely she's been kidnapped by humans. Can I ask you, what steps have you taken so far and how are you planning on going about your investigation?
Well, I think the fine detail of the investigation will need to be kept to ourselves, but broadly speaking, our first port of call was to speak to you and find out what you know, and also investigate the crime scene. We'll go from there. Is there anything that you can do to help us locate Leia? And are you concerned about the death of the other replicant?
Of course, I'm concerned about the death of the other Spore Sandor.
Is she being genuine in that regard?
Very difficult to tell. Give me a empathy roll. What's the relevant skill? Sorry, I've put
Insight.
Insight roll at disadvantage, please.
Just from what you said, so if we want to prompt something, we're effectively sort of almost like conference called into this.
Yeah, all feel. This is partly it's a mechanism of this game really to allow you all to participate in scenes where
Okay.
you're not necessarily. So
okay.
where I would normally be saying, don't interfere, don't interfere. You're not there. You are there in a sort of virtual sense.
I shall send Novak a quick message just saying Leia is labeled as a function combat recon. Why would someone with that speciality be working as a in the Blade Runner unit? That sounds like a military grade.
Be pretty useful, I would have thought, to have combat capable replicants on your side.
True.
I don't know.
I'll leave it to you to whether you want to ask it, but
yeah. Is there anything that you can tell me about these particular replicants?
Let me just,
anything that wouldn't be necessarily on their files?
let me just check something. These did you roll that insight tech, by the way?
I did, yeah, 0.
Did not successful. Okay.
you didn't roll it properly. You didn't roll the stat as well.
I did. It was at disadvantage.
Oh, right. Sorry.
It's okay.
She's quite difficult to read. You've quite unsettling person to deal with. I'm very bad. I'm absolutely the opposite of her. I very much do show much. She's absolutely keeping herself blanket altogether.
So is there anything that you can tell us about these particular replicants?
They're both Nexus 9 combat specialists assigned to the Replicant unit as with the highest recommendation.
Anything that might help us in our investigation? Anything, maybe some early telemetry from the Nexus 9 series?
That information is confidential. However, I can give you some of the details of Lear's previous performance if you like.
Anything would be helpful at this point.
He picks up and gives you a pretty substantial wad of paperwork.
Excellent.
Like
something
that
to keep
big.
Percival busy. Yep, something to keep Percival busy. Okay. This is old school rather than something that's digitized.
It is.
I'll have a flick through it, but I doubt this is something to be looked at for later.
Give me an observation check at disadvantage since you're flicking through it.
And also, do you have anything for Sandor as well? Sneak suspicion he might have been involved in the shooting.
The what?
Just a gut feeling for the moment.
He walks across to her desk, presses the intercom button, and says, "George, can you bring up Sandor's details, please? Sandor's files, please, as well." Yes, that's correct. Thank you. We'll have Sandor's paperwork up here as well for you shortly.
Brilliant. Thank you.
You can give me an observation check at disadvantage since you...
I've done it. I've rolled a unicorn.
Rolled a unicorn. Okay, you don't notice anything on your first skim through.
No, that's fine. Some light reading material on the way back as I put the spinner into autopilot.
She asks you a lot of questions about yourself, what you're planning on doing, how you're carrying your operation. She's also fairly clear that she thinks that it's a human problem. She thinks someone has. She suspects possible corporate espionage. The N9 series is very new, and unlike previous models of Replicant, you can recognise them by looking in their right eye. You are aware of this. All Nexus 9 replicants have a marker in their right eye that tells you, so they makes it harder for them to hide amongst the general population.
Not unless you're exposing your right eye at irregular intervals.
It's very small, you know. You can't. You need a.
No, what I'm saying, it still doesn't stop people from blending in. You know, it's not like everybody's checking their
Okay,
right eye every time they pass, and like, you
Is
know,
it
like
harder?
a
At least
handshake.
you can tell.
This is the handshake these days.
Nexus 8, she says, could have been could be Nexus 8s as well. Jealous problems. Nexus 9s are generally better. Anyway, I shall let you get about your investigation. Thank you.
Thank you. Unless there's anything else, Andy Beer, that you can think of that we should ask.
My question might be, if she suspects corporate espionage, is there any particular people, corporations that she particularly suspects, and have there been incidents leading up to this?
I'll certainly ask that, but I think that if everything,
So
you know,
please
if
repeat the
all you've got
question.
is a hammer.
I was just checking something. What was the question?
Basically,
If there was,
basically the question was about corporate espionage and who might be the lead corporations, if there have been any previous incidents of this or recent incidents that might be linked to this.
They sell that she says that the remnants of Terrell and Wayland is always nosing about our business.
But personally, I think this is all they've got is a hammer and everything looks like nails type situation. You know, they're corporates, they're worried about corporate espionage, so therefore.
Yeah.
Or they're trying to divert us from something else by chucking that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
If it's as simple as there was just some human supremacist at a bar, that I'd be very surprised. It's got to be something a bit deeper, you know.
It's never as cut and dry as that. Not in my experience, anyway.
Okay.
I'll wait for the file. I'll wait for Sanders' file, and then
it comes. Yeah.
I'll head back.
All right.
I'll take a look.
And with that,
I'll leave through it on the journey.
I thought something else I want to do before we leave Snake Pit. Sorry. I want to get all the camera footage from the buildings around it for the previous 24 hours.
Okay.
Because if there's human supremacists grabbing her, or initially, are they? We might be able to pick out faces of known criminals. We've also got this mention of a guy who's involved with Kill magazine, and then, but also, if it turns out that she has been kidnapped, then there might be signs of her being dragged out.
Okay. Right. So you get that. Let me just try and find now.
Is Human Empathy a big organisation, or is it relatively localised? Are we talking about thousands of members, and we'd have to be sifting through,
Thousands of members.
like the LAPD?
It's a big organisation. It's a big organisation. It's comparable to. It's obvious. Comparisons is with sort of 1950s and 60s racist organisations. You know, it's a large It's a large, very disorganised organisation. How about that as a way of putting it?
Yeah, sure. Okay, I suppose the key thing here is to get into the who was there at that night, so we can follow up on those kind of.
Yeah.
Can I have stepped outside and see if the blonde guy is still around?
No, he's gone.
Yeah.
But she said that he lives somewhere in the vicinity of Anamoid Row. So.
Did she? I missed that.
Yeah, I think I missed that too. But
My
was
bad. She
latching
should
on
have
to other
said that.
things. But that's all right. It's all good. What was his
Did we-
name?
Styles.
Something beginning with S.
Styles.
Styles. Okay. Styles.
Did we
Anemoid
get?
Road's somewhere on the map, isn't it?
Sorry,
I believe so.
I think Anemoid Row is on the map somewhere.
it is.
Can we go
Not that we can see the map.
It's getting towards that point.
Yeah, I was thinking
Where
perhaps
probably
this is the
we
next
usually have 10
session.
o'clock start. It's a good start. We got through the first one. You've got the hang of the system and how the game plays. But I'm actually trying to find a particular handout for you, but I can't find the damn thing.
Did we get any contact details about members of Human Empathy that were there, or do we still need to go through the video footage, etc.?
Just Jay Shayla.
It's the more well-known one, isn't it?
Yeah, publisher of Kill magazine.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I'm thinking the
Yeah,
doesn't.
I've got.
Right, what were you doing, Andy?
Sorry, then I was just getting all the footage of the cameras to do what Bruce has just. So what Novak has just been talking about, which is going through and trying to pick out any members in the crowds and stuff like that. That's what you
I
said.
don't suppose Human Empathy is important enough to have its own kind of task force and board with like pictures and like leaders and all that type of jazz. Like the gang task forces in the US, you know.
Yes, it is important enough. That is an interesting angle of investigation that is not covered by the book, but one which I'll absolutely accommodate before next week.
Right.
Or 2 weeks, because that's a really good, interesting idea.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So I've got all that footage. Can I obtain that footage
We got
now?
what? So I'm trying to count what time period you're after.
I said for the previous 24 hours.
Oh, fine. Okay, got loads then. Right.
And I'm going to be sitting there going through it for hours, for at least a shift, going through that on its own, I would imagine.
Okay.
Well, if you've got 24 hours of video footage and you've got multiple camera angles, you could be there for a while.
Yeah.
more than four shifts.
I message Novak and just go, this fucking guy's crazy.
Yeah, I think we're going to need to point him in the right direction, keep him focused on the high level.
Nice one. Okay, I'm going to draw it for a close there, Andy. If you can stop the thing, and I'll say, everybody, if you're watching this, if anyone ever watches it, I hope you enjoyed that startup, a short startup, because of course we spent some time describing the game to everybody and go through rules, choosing characters, etc. So next time we play, and depending, we may do the Trailer Cthulhu again next time if we can get all 5 players together. If not, then we'll continue with this, and we'll chop and change them as and when people are available. So we will be continuing with this in the coming months.
Thanks very much.
Good night.
Thanks. Night.
Bye.
Bye.